Good morning, students. In this class, we will discuss about homogeneous linear partial differential equations. The general form of homogeneous partial DE is A naught dou power n z by dou x power n plus A1 dou power n z upon dou x power n minus 1 dou y plus A2 dou power n z upon dou x power n minus 2 dou y square plus and so on plus an dou power n z by dou y power n is equal to f of x comma y. Here, this equation is called homogeneous linear partial differential equation. Here, a naught, a1, a2, and so on, an are real numbers or real constants, and the right hand side of the equation is a function of x comma y, or function in terms of x and y. This is called homogeneous linear partial DE of nth order with a constant quotient, because if we observe all the terms which having partial derivatives of the same order, so here order of the derivative in each term is n, so that the equation is called homogeneous linear partial DE with constant quotient is of order n. Now we can write the symbolic form or operator form of this equation. So to write the symbolic form, we have to use operator d and d dash. The operator capital D is dou by dou x and operator d dash is dou by dou y. That is d power r means dou power r by dou x power r, and d dash power r means dou power r by dou y power r. Using these operators, we can write the symbolic form or operator form. So equation 2 is operator or symbolic form. Now to find the complete solution of the given homogeneous linear partial DE with nth order, for this, we have to find out the value of z in terms of x and y. That is z equal to CF plus PI. So CF is a complementary function and PI is a particular integral. That means the complete solution is the sum of two solutions, that is a complementary function and particular integral. So to find these, we have to follow these working rule steps. In first step, we have to write the symbolic or operator form. So which is obtained by replacing capital D and D dash. D means dou by dou x, D dash means dou by dou y. So replacing these, we will get operator form. In second step, we have to write the auxiliary equation, which is obtained by replacing D equal to M and D dash equal to 1. So we will get auxiliary equation. In those steps, we have to solve the auxiliary equation for M. So solving means we have to find out the roots of the auxiliary equation or zeros of the auxiliary equation, which is obtained by using synthetic division or quadratic equation solving method. We have already studied to find the roots of the auxiliary equation in earlier chapters. In step 4, we have to write the complementary function. For this, we will take these points. Just we are having 3 points here: roots of the auxiliary equation and a complementary function. Suppose there are three different roots, that is m1, m2, m3. So these three are three different roots. Then we have to write the complementary function as f1 of y plus m1x plus f2 of y plus m2x plus f3 of y plus m3x plus and so on. So these roots are different roots. Then we have to write the complementary function as it is. Suppose two roots are equal roots. Equal means m1 equal to m2. Then we have to write the complementary function as f1 of y plus m1x plus x into f2 of y plus m1x plus f3 of y plus m3x. Just we have to take here extra term x. Suppose three roots are equal. Three roots means m1, m2, m3. m1 equal to m2 equal to m3. Then we have to write the CF as f1 of y plus m1x plus x into f2 of y plus m2x plus x square into y3 f3 of y plus m3 m1x So if four roots are equal, then we have to write a complementary function as f1 of y plus m1x plus x into f2 of y plus m1x plus x square into f3 of y plus m1x plus x cube into f3 of y plus m1x plus x4 plus f5 of y plus m5x plus and so on when four roots are equal. So we have to continue this process whenever roots are equal. Here, the root's nature is not taken. Nature means real and distinct, real and equal, or imaginary roots, irrational roots. This type of nature of the root is not considered while writing a complementary function in partial differential equation solving. Now coming to next step, that is step 5. In step 5 we have to find the particular integral. So to find the particular integral we have a formula, that is pi is 1 by f of dd dash into f of x comma y. Suppose the right hand side of the equation is exponential function, then particular integral can be found as pi equal to 1 by f of dd dash capital F of x comma y. What is f of x comma y here? E power ax plus by. So it is e power ax plus by. In such case, just we have to replace d equal to a and d dash equal to b. Whenever the denominator value must and should be not equal to 0. In such case, just we can put d equal to a and d dash equal to b. Suppose the denominator value is a 0, that is f of a comma b is equal to 0, then the denominator function is differentiated with respect to capital D, and numerator it is multiplied with small x. Just we will do denominator is differentiated with respect to capital D and numerator is multiplied with small x. And the obtained result we have to put d equal to a and d dash equal to b. Again, if we will have the denominator is 0, then we have to increase the power of x in numerator. That is, we have to take the numerator as x square. Then the denominator again differentiated with respect to d, derivative d, operator d. So this process is continued while putting d equal to a and d dash equal to b and not getting the denominator value is 0. The denominator is non-zero. We will stop this process and we will write the particular integral, and then the complete solution is taken as z equal to cf plus pi. Suppose the right hand side of the equation having sin of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by. In this case, we can write the particular integral as 1 by function is d square d dash square term. So here, whenever these expressions are in the denominator, we have to replace d square as minus a square and dd dash as minus ab and d dash square is minus b square, where ab's are the coefficients of x and y in the given trigonometric expression. Suppose sin of x plus 2y is there, then small a is 1, b is 2. Suppose the cos of 2x plus 3y is there, then a is 2 and b is 3. Just we have to compare the given trigonometric expression with ax sin of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by, so that we can define small a and small b. So don't forget, in case 1 we have to replace d equal to a and d dash equal to b whenever there is exponential function like e power ax plus by. In case 2, we have to replace these values, that is d square is minus a square, d dash is minus ab and d dash square is minus b square. Similarly here, if the denominator is 0, then differentiate the numerator, differentiate the denominator with respect to d and multiply the obtained result with x. Same as above. To find particular integral when the right hand side of the equation contains polynomial in x and y, that is of the form x power m into y power n. In this case, we have to take the denominator function in numerator as f of dd dash whole to the power of minus 1. What is d here? D is dou by dou x and d dash is dou by dou y. Here we have to expand the term f of d dash whole to the power of minus 1 in ascending powers of d or d dash, that is using binomial theorem expansion. Suppose if it is of the form 1 minus x whole power minus 1, then it can be written as 1 plus x square plus x cube plus and so on, like this. By binomial theorem, we have to expand the term and then operate x power m y power n by the term by term. So just we have to operate the polynomial in x and m, x and y with each term of the binomial theorem expansion. Suppose the right hand side of the equation contains the product of exponential function like e power ax plus by into v of x comma y. In this case, just we have to take out the exponential function outside of the integral operator, and then we have to replace d as d plus a and d dash as d dash plus b. And then we have to proceed or considered case 3 or case 2 or case 3 or case 2. So to find the value of a particular integral in this case, we have to know the second case and the third case. Then only we can get the particular integral. So here v of xy should be trigonometric function like sin of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by or polynomial in x and y. So case 4 is reduces as either case 3 or case 2. So here just we have to take out the exponential function and d is replaced with d plus a, d dash is replaced with d dash plus b. Last case, that is the right hand side of the equation contains the term like the product of a polynomial in x, that is x power m into sin of ax plus by or x power m into cos of ax plus by. In this case, the first we have to know about the cis function, that is e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta, where real part of e power I theta is cos theta and imaginary part of e power I theta is sin theta. So whenever there is a sin of ax plus by is given, then we have to take imaginary part of e power I of ax plus by, and then we have to proceed as in case 4. Thus the case 5 is reduces as case 4. Suppose the function having cos of ax plus by, then we have to write it as real part of e power I of ax plus by. Now the case is reduces as case 4. So thus we will have the complete solution which is obtained by taking the addition of complementary function and a particular integral, which is the required complete solution. No problems. Solve the equation d cube minus 3d square d dash plus 4d dash square of z equal to e power x plus 2y, where d is dou by dou x and d dash is dou by dou y. First we have to write the symbolic form. It is already in symbolic form. Now the auxiliary equation is obtained by replacing capital D with m and d dash with 1, number 1. So we will get auxiliary equation. We will find the roots of the auxiliary equation by synthetic division method or Horner's method. So we will have these roots. So three roots are there. Two roots are equal and last one is a distinct one. So in this table, complementary function table, we have to use which step? First step or second step or third step? Second step, because the two roots are equal. So we have to write CF as CF is phi 1. So two roots are 2, 2, and last one is minus 1. So we know that the CF can be written as CF is phi 1 of y plus m1x plus x into phi 2 of y plus m1x. Here m1 equal to m2. So 2 is replaced and plus phi 3 of y plus m3x. But what is m3 here? Minus 1. Now finding the particular integral formula is 1 by f of dd dash e power ax plus by. A is 1 here and b is 2. In this case we have to replace d equal to a and d dash equal to b. But what is a here? 1, and the quotient of y b is 2. So that we have to put d equal to 1 and d dash equal to 2. So clearly substituting these values, the denominator value is non-zero. So here we are getting 27. Clearly it is a non-zero number. So it is the required particular integral. Now adding these two solutions, we'll get the complete solution or general solution or complete integral of 1. So easiest. So particular integral, just replacing d equal to a and d dash equal to b whenever the denominator value is a non-zero. If the denominator is 0, we will see in next sum. The problem is solve the differential equation d square minus a 4 dd dash plus a 4 d dash square of z is e power x plus 2y. So in this problem, the auxiliary equation is obtained by replacing d equal to m and d dash equal to 1. So replacing these values, we will get the auxiliary equation. So here the two roots are m equal to 2, 2. So for these roots, we will have CF, that is phi 1 of y plus m1x plus x into phi 2 of y plus m1x. Here m1 equal to m2, that is m1 equal to m2 equal to 2. So CF is very easy to find. Now coming to particular integral, the formula is 1 by f of dd dash is equal to function of x comma y. So here we have to replace d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 1. So replacing these values, we will get the denominator is 0. Whenever the denominator is 0, the case is known as a failure case. So we apply general method. General method means the rule is find the partial derivative of the denominator function with respect to capital D. While differentiating with respect to capital D, don't forget treat d dash as constant after putting x in numerator. This procedure may be repeated till we have to get the denominator value should be non-zero. So just taking x here in numerator, the denominator is differentiated with respect to d. So what is the derivative of d square? 2d and minus 4 dd dash, whose derivative is minus 4 d dash, is keep it as a silent, d derivative is 1. Last term derivative is 0. So we will have 2d minus 4d dash. Now we have to replace again d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 1. So clearly we will have 0 in denominator, so that we have to again apply same as operation as above. That is we have to increase the power of x, that is x square should be taken in numerator and denominator should be differentiated with respect to d. 2d derivative is 2 minus 4d dash derivative is 0. Again we have to replace d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 1, but there is no d or d dash to replace d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 1. Thus it is the required particular integral. So hence the complete solution is obtained by just adding these two solutions, that is a complementary function and particular integral. It is the required complete solution. Now coming to another sum, the problem is solve dou square z upon dou x square minus dou square z by dou y square is cos 2x into cos 3y. Given equation in operator form, dou square z by dou x square means dou square by dou x square means d square, dou square by dou y square means d dash square. Now auxiliary equation is obtained by replacing capital D equal to m and d dash equal to 1. So thus we will have m square minus 1 equal to 0. The roots are plus or minus 1, that is a distinct roots. So CF is phi 1 of y plus m1x plus phi 2 of y plus m2x. m1 is 1 here, m2 is minus 1. So CF is very easy to find. Now particular integral. that is 1 by f of dd dash function f of x comma y, that is pi equal to 1 by d square minus d dash square cos 2x into cos 3y. Here cos 2x into cos 3y is a product of two trigonometric functions. To get one linear function, we have to multiply with 2 and divide with 2, so that we will have a formula, that is 2 cos a cos b is cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. Here a is 2x and b is 3y. So cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. Now operating with the integral operator, that is 1 by d square minus d dash square. Now replacing d square equal to minus a square and d dash square equal to minus b square. Here a is 2 and b is 3. So that d square equal to minus 4 and d dash square equal to minus 9. Similarly here also d square is minus 4 and d dash square is minus 9. And simplifying we will get like this, taking out 1 by 5 and taking inside to the 1 by 2. Now it is look like cos c plus cos d, but cos c plus cos d is 2 cos c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. Here c is 2x plus 3y and d is 2x minus 3y. Using the formula, 2 get cancelled, 1 by 5 into cos 2x cos 3y. It is the required particular integral. Now adding these two solutions, that is a complementary function and a particular integral, which gives the required complete solution z. So z is the required value which satisfying the given partial differential equation. Now problem partial differential equation is d square plus dd dash minus 6d dash square of z equal to x square into sine of x plus y. Now we have to solve this equation. That means we have to obtain the equation satisfying the z value in terms of x and y. So we have to get the dependent variable z. For this, writing auxiliary equation, which is obtained by d equal to m and d dash equal to 1, and taking the roots of the auxiliary equation. So here we will have two different roots, that is m1 is 2 and m2 is minus 3. Now we will have complementary function. Formula is phi 1 of m1x, phi 1 of y plus m1x plus phi 2 of y plus m2x, replacing m1 value and m2 value. So it is a required complementary function. Now particular integral. Formula is 1 by f of dd dash capital F of x comma y. So f of dt dash is the expression on the left hand side, and right hand side expression is x square into sine of x plus y. It is the product of a polynomial in x. Here we have to take imaginary part of e power I of x plus y, because e power I theta formula is cis, that is cos theta plus I sin theta. Now we will have e power I of x plus y. So e power I of x plus y is cos of x plus y plus I into sin of x plus y. The imaginary part of e power I of x plus y is sin of x plus y. So that we will take imaginary part. Now just taking out the exponential function, and d is replaced with d plus I and d dash is replaced with d dash plus I, and then simplifying. On simplifying we will get like this. Now writing the expression 1 by f of d, that is 1 by 1 plus r minus phi of d as 1 plus r minus phi of d whole power minus 1, by taking out the lowest degree term. Here the lowest degree term is a 4. So taking out 1 by 4 as common. So we will have the expression on denominator is 1 plus of phi of d. Now writing it as 1 plus of phi of d whole to the power of minus 1. Now we will expand this by using binomial theorem expansion. So 1 plus x whole power minus 1 expansion is 1 minus x plus x square. minus x cube plus and so on. Just writing two terms, that is 1 minus x. What is x here? X is 1 by 4 into d square plus 380 plus dd dash minus 11 d dash of I minus 6 dash square. So this is x. Now operating each term with x square. So that is x square into 1 is x square. D square of x square is 2 because 2 times we have to take the derivative with respect to x to the function x square. Once we will get 2x. Again differentiating 2x with respect to x 2. D of x square is 2x. 2x already we have 3i, that is 6ix. Remaining derivatives becomes 0 because d dash means dou by dou y. Dt dash means dou square by dou x dou y. Differentiating partially with respect to y, x square derivative becomes 0. So all derivatives becomes 0 except d square by 16 of 39i into, because d square of x square is 2, already we have 9, that is 9 into 2 is 18. So like this, we have to differentiate partially with respect to x or y. Suppose there is a d, then we have to differentiate with respect to x. Suppose there is a d dash, then we have to differentiate with respect to y. Suppose there is a dd dash, we have to differentiate first with respect to y and then x, or first with respect to x and then y, because dd dash means dou square by dou x dou y. So just differentiate partially to each term, and then at the end, we have to write e power I of x plus y as in terms of this function, that is cos of x plus y plus I into sin of x plus y. Now we have to choose only imaginary part in this product. Imaginary part, while multiplying cos of x plus y with minus I into 3x by 2. So we will get imaginary part, and I sin of x plus y is multiplied with x square minus 13 by 8. We will get imaginary part. Just writing those two parts and multiplying with 1 by 4. Thus we will get particular integral. Hence the required general solution is obtained by adding these two solutions. Two solutions means complementary function CF and particular integral PI. It is the required value of z which satisfies the given partial differential equation. That is, z is a dependent variable and xy's are independent variable. Equation satisfying value is z. That is the required complete solution. Thank you. Non-homogeneous linear partial differential equations with constant coefficients. Definition: an equation of the form f of dt dash of z equal to f of x comma y. The left hand side expression is in terms of dt dash, and the right hand side will be in terms of x comma y. Z is a dependent variable, x y's are two independent variables. The polynomial expression f of dt dash, suppose it is not homogeneous, then it is called, equation is called non-homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant quotient. Non-homogeneous means the left hand side must and should be not homogeneous. Not homogeneous means all the terms does not having the same order partial derivatives. If all the terms does not having same order partial derivatives, then it is called non-homogeneous linear partial differential equation. The complete solution of equation 1 is z equal to cf plus pi. Complete solution means equation satisfying z value. So z value must and should be in terms of x comma y. The complete solution is z equal to cf plus pi. Now to find the complementary function, so just we have to take the right hand side of as 0. It is the, if we take the right hand side as the 0, and we will find the solution which is nothing but the complementary function. So to find the complementary function, here we will discuss three cases. The first case is whenever f of dd dash can be resolved into non-repeated linear factors. The non-repeated linear factor is of the form d minus m1 d dash minus alpha 1. General term is d minus md dash minus alpha. Like this, we have to express the given function f of dt dash as a non-repeated linear factor. If it is resolved as non-repeated linear factor, then we have to write the complementary function as e power alpha 1x phi 1 of y plus m1x. So here m1 and alpha 1 is chosen as like this. Similarly, for second expression, m2 and alpha 2 is chosen as like this. Similarly, for last expression, mn and alpha n chosen as like this. So this is the complementary function. So here complementary function is defined whenever the given expression f of dt dash can be factorized into non-repeated linear factors. Suppose it has repeated linear factors, that means d minus md dash minus alpha is repeated suppose r times, then we have to write it as same as above, just we have to take the extra terms, that is 1 x x square x cube and so on, like this, and e power alpha x is taken out as common. Now, case 3, suppose f of dt dash cannot be factorized into linear factors. Then we have to write the complete complementary function as a trial solution, that is summation of c into e power hx plus ky, where c, h, comma k are arbitrary constant and sigma denotes the any number of times may be taken. And finally d equal to h and d dash k equal to k, while putting in this given equation and equating the result to 0. Thus we will get the expression h comma k equal to 0. So using this equation we can obtain the h comma k values also. Now suppose, for example, the given sum is d cube minus 3 dd dash plus d dash plus 1 of z equal to 0. If we observe this equation, clearly it is a non-homogeneous because the derivative is first term order is 3, second term order is 2. So orders are not same, so it is the non-homogeneous partial DE. Now finding solution. So first we have to find the CF. So here PI cannot be found because the right hand side is 0. So and the expression cannot be factorized, so that the trial solution is taken as like this: c into e power hx plus ky is the trial solution. Just operating with a z to each term, and z is the solution. Just replacing this solution. So the and simplifying like this, and c into e power hx plus ky is taken as common. So we will get a expression in h comma k, but h comma k expression is equated to 0, which is the required complementary function. The complementary function. In step 5, we will find the particular integral. Here, to find the particular integral, we have 5 rules. Suppose the right hand side function is a exponential function like e power ax plus by. The particular integral formula is 1 by f of dt dash f of x comma y. But f of dt dash and e power x plus y, here x quotient is a and y quotient is b. Here just we have to replace d equal to a and d dash equal to b whenever the denominator function cannot be 0. Suppose it is 0, then the case is known as a failure case. In such case, the denominator function is differentiated partially with respect to d, and the resulting expression in the numerator is multiplied with small x, which gives the required particular integral. Suppose if the denominator function again we will have 0, while putting d equal to a and d dash equal to b, then we have to increase the power of x in numerator, that is we have to write x square, and then the denominator function is again differentiated partially with respect to d. This process is continued till we have to get the denominator value is a non-zero while substituting d equal to a and d dash equal to b. Don't forget, in case 1, just we have to put d equal to a and d dash equal to b, where a, b are the quotients of x comma y in the given exponential function, which is on the right hand side of the given equation. Suppose the right hand side of the equation contains trigonometric functions like sine of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by. Suppose if we take sine of ax plus by, here x quotient is a, y quotient is b. Here in the operator f of d square, d dash square, here just we have to replace d square as minus a square and d dash square as minus b square, and dd dash as minus ab whenever the denominator function value is not equal to 0 while putting these values. Suppose the denominator value is 0, then that case is known as a failure case. In failure case, we have to proceed same as above. Same as above means the denominator function is differentiated with respect to t and the numerator is multiplied with x. Suppose in case 3, that means the equation having the right hand side will be polynomial in x and y. In this case, just we have to write the denominator function as in numerator, that is f of dd dash whole power minus 1, and then we have to expand it using the binomial theorem expansion. For example, if we express it as 1 minus x whole power minus 1, it can be written as 1 plus x square plus x cube plus and so on. And then we have to operate with these terms, that is x power m into y power n. Suppose the right hand side function is the product of exponential function, that is e power ax plus by into v of x comma y, where v of x comma y may be polynomial in x and y or trigonometric function like sine of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by. In this case, just we have to take out the exponential function as common, and d is replaced with d plus a and d dash is replaced with d dash plus b. And then we have to operate 1 by f of d plus a comma d dash plus b with v of x comma y as same as proceeded in second case or third case. Thus, the case 4 becomes reduces as either case 2 or case 3. Now coming to fifth case, that is when f of x comma y is the product of x power m of sine of ax plus by or x power m into cos of ax plus by. In this case, we have to take the this function, that is e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Here cos theta is real part and sin theta is imaginary part. Suppose the given term containing sin of ax plus by, here we have to consider imaginary part of e power I of ax plus by. Suppose it contained cos of ax plus by, then we have to take real part of e power I of ax plus by. And then this will be, thus the case 5 will be reduces as case 4, and then we have to proceed as the same as in case 4. That means just we have to take e power I of ax plus by as common, and d is replaced with d plus ia and d dash is replaced with d dash plus ib, and proceed same as in second case. Hence the complete solution is z equal to cf plus pi, which will be obtained best by adding the complementary function and particular integral. Now problems on non-homogeneous partial differential equations. Solve the equation dou square z upon dou x square plus dou square z upon dou x dou y plus dou z by dou y minus z equal to e power minus x. In this equation, we clearly observed the first two terms are second order partial derivatives, but third term is a first order partial derivative. So it is known as a non-homogeneous partial differential equation. So to solve non-homogeneous partial differential equation, first we have to take the operator form. So operator form means dou by dou x is capital D, dou square by dou x square is capital D square, dou by dou y is d dash, dou square by dou x dou y is dd dash. So replacing operators d and d dash, so we'll get the operator form. So clearly the operator form expression f of dt dash can be expressed as d plus 1 into d plus d dash minus 1. That means we are expanding like this by using synthetic division method. The complementary function CF is the solution of the equation by taking the right hand side as 0. Now the expression's linear factors is look like d minus m1 d dash minus alpha 1, and another one is d minus m2 d dash minus alpha 2, like this. And now we will have the complementary function, that is CF is e power alpha 1x phi 1 of y plus m1x plus e power alpha 2x into phi 2 of y plus m2x. So here just we have to define alpha 1 m1 and alpha 2 m2. So alpha 1 m1 and alpha 2 m2 are these values. Just we these are substituted in the complementary function, which is the required complementary function. So it is very simple. Just we have to remember the formula. Z is or CF is e power alpha 1x into phi 1 of y plus m1x plus e power alpha 2x into phi 2 of y plus m2x. Next, the method of finding the particular integral is similar to the homogeneous partial differential equations. In partial differential equations, homogeneous partial differential equation method is the same as in non-homogeneous partial differential equations also. So to find particular integral, so just we have to write 1 by f of dt dash capital F of x comma y. Capital F of x comma y means the right side of the equation, that is e power minus x. Now e power minus x is compared with e power ax plus by, so that a is minus 1 and b is 0. Now replacing d equal to a and d dash equal to b, that is a d with a minus 1 and d dash by 0. So replacing these values, clearly the denominator value is 0. In such case we have to use the general method, that means the case is known as a failure case. Here we have to differentiate the denominator function with respect to d. So denominator function is differentiated with respect to d. Now putting d equal to minus 1 and d dash equal to 0, we can't get 0. So that means we are getting here non-zero number. So it is the required particular integral, the addition of CF and PI, which gives the required complete solution. So it is the required complete solution. Now say watching another problem, that is solve d square minus dt dash plus d dash minus 1 of z is cos of x plus 2y plus e power y minus x. For this consider the given equation. Now complementary function is found such that the expression is already is factorized. The factors are like this. Now complementary function is like this. Just we have to substitute the values of m1 alpha 1 and m2 alpha 2. So CF is very easy to find the complementary function. Now coming to particular integral. The particular integral in this we have to operate 1 by f of dt dash with the terms cos of x plus 2y and e power y minus x. So operating with these, pi1 plus pi2. So here pi1 is related to case 2 and pi1 is related to case 1. So pi1, considering pi1 is cos of x plus 2y. So using case 2, here we have to put d square as minus 1 and d dash square as minus 4 and dt dash by minus 2. So replacing these values, so we will have 1 by d dash. 1 by d dash means we have to integrate with respect to x, with respect to x, and sorry, 1 by d means we have to integrate with respect to x. 1 by d dash means integration with respect to y, because d is a derivative operator, partial derivative operator, that is a dou by dou x, and d dash is a partial derivative operator, that is with respect to y. 1 by d, 1 by d dash means inverse operators, that means we have to integrate. So integrating with respect to y, we will get cos of x plus 2y. Integration with respect to y is sin of x plus 2y whole upon 2, because x derivative is 0, 2y derivative is 2. Now coming to second pi case, that is 1 by f of dt dash capital F of x comma y. But what is capital F of x comma y here? Exponential function, which is compared with e power ax plus by. A is minus 1 and b is 1. So here we have to replace d as 1 and d as minus 1 and d dash as 1. So replacing these values, we will get half into e power y minus x. These are the values of pi1 and pi2. These are substituted in this. So adding those two values, we'll get the required particular integral. Now adding complementary function and particular integral, which gives the required complete solution. That is equation satisfying z value. Now another problem. The problem is dq minus 3d dash dd dash plus d dash plus 1 of z equal to e power 2x plus 3y. So clearly here we can observe the partial derivatives are does not having the same order. First term order is 3, second term order is 2. So does not having the same order. It is known as a non-homogeneous partial DE. So here the expression cannot be resolved into linear factors, so that we can assume CF as the trial solution. Let it be Z equal to C into e power hx plus ky. So just here operating with Z, and then Z is replaced with the solution which is already defined. The solution is Z equal to C into e power hx plus ky. And then we have to differentiate thrice, and then the derivative dt dash means dou square by dou x dou y, and d dash means dou by dou y. So we have to operate with our derivative operators. We have to simplify, and then we have to take out the common as c into e power hx plus ky. The expression of the h comma k which is equated to 0. So this will be required a complementary function. Now coming to particular integral, that is 1 by f of dt dash capital F of x comma y. So here comparing e power 2x plus 3y with e power ax plus by, a is 2 and b is 3. So that d is replaced with 2 and d dash is replaced with 3. So simplifying the denominator function, we will get the denominator as a minus 6. Clearly it is a non-zero, so that the particular integral is clearly obtained. Hence the adding CF and PI, which gives the required complete solution. Now solve the partial differential equation d square minus dt dash minus 2d of z is a sine of 4y plus 3x. So clearly this equation contains derivatives of the order second order, first order. So all the terms does not having the same order, so it is known as a non-homogeneous partial differential equation. So here just we have to write the auxiliary equation, which is obtained by replacing capital D with m and d dash with 1, and for finding the roots of the auxiliary equation. These are two roots. These are real and different. The complementary function is CF is phi 1 of y plus m1x plus phi 2 of y plus m2x. Just we have to replace m1 value and m2 value. Now coming to particular integral, here we have to replace d square as a minus a square, that means minus 3 square, and d dash square as minus b square. B value is here 4. So that we have to compare sine of 3x plus 4y with sine of ax plus by. So a is 3 and b is 4. D square is minus a square and d dash square is minus 16, and dd dash value is a minus ab, that means minus 3 into 4 equal to minus 12. So don't forget d square is replaced with minus a square, dd dash is replaced with minus ab, and d dash square is replaced with minus b square. Here sine of 3x plus 4y is compared with the sine of ax plus by. So a is 3 and b is 4. So replacing these values, so we will get the expression like 3 minus 2d on denominator. Now rationalizing with opposite, that is a 3 plus 2d opposite term. Now multiplying numerator and denominator with 3 plus 2d, that means we are rationalizing with 3 plus 2d. So now operating with the sine of 3x plus 4y. See here, observing the denominator having d square, but what is the d square value? D square is a minus a square. A is here 3. So minus 3 square means minus 9. Minus 9 is replaced in the denominator. So operating with the sine of 3x plus 4y, but d means the partial derivative with respect to y. So what is the partial derivative of sine of 3x plus 4y with respect to y? Cos of 3x plus 4y, and then the derivative of 3x plus 4y with respect to x is 3x derivative is 3 and 4y derivative is 0. So it is the partial derivative with respect to x for the function sine of 3x plus 4y. So it is the value of the particular integral. While multiplying with 1 by 45, we will have 3 ones 3 15s. So and 3 ones 3 15s get cancelled, just taking out 3 as common. So 1 by 15 into sine of 3x plus 4y plus 2 into cos of 3x plus 4y. It is the required particular integral. Now adding these two solutions. Two solutions means complementary function and particular integral, which gives the required complete solution. So complete solution means equation satisfying z value. So z is known as dependent variable and xy's are known as independent variables. So equation satisfying z value is nothing but the complete solution or complete integral or the general solution of the given partial differential equation. Thank you.